Hello. This video is presented by Amanda Thomas, Kaylee Ferris, and Kristen Reynolds of Group 8 for ES 4103. Today we're going to be discussing climate change, and more specifically, what is happening across the state of Texas that may contribute to climate shifting factors and processes. While rising temperatures are now acknowledged as a global phenomenon, each continent, nation, state, and city around the world participates in a variety of activities that are known to impact our natural environment, and specifically our climate. However, each of these places may be experiencing the effects of climate change in different ways based on what types and kinds of activities take precedence and are most common in that area. For example, according to data collected by the United States Census Bureau, between the years of 2010 and 2020, the resident population in Texas had reached the third highest in the nation, at a percent change of 15.9%, falling only 2.5% below the number one spot. As populations rise, we see a correlated increase in the amount of resources and ecosystem services used. More people means more land is needed. We can see from the rapid urban sprawl around major cities all across Texas that larger portions of land are now being occupied and industrialized than in the past. It is to be expected that growing cities and increased industrialization lead to the amplified use of fossil fuels in our current market, which is a widely recognized component in the degradation of the environment and climate. Of course, increased population numbers also result in greater food and water consumption. Texas is known to be one of the hottest and driest states in the U.S. and has historically been susceptible to drought, so water shortages have always been a major concern. With Texas also being one of the largest states in our nation, the transport of water resources is challenging and must keep up with the demand of rapidly increasing population numbers. Not only is climate change exacerbating water scarcity, but the energy required to transport, treat, and use water for both residential and commercial purposes contribute to approximately 5% of nationwide carbon emissions, and varies between older homes and new-build homes. Notably, according to the U.S. and Texas Departments of Agriculture, Texas is home to approximately 248,000 farms and ranches that span 127 million acres, by far the most out of any state in the U.S. Unfortunately, current agricultural practices are known to contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. Methane and carbon especially are identified as a major source of pollution to our waterways, and have been recognized to severely impact soil health. To recap, over the past decade, the state of Texas holds third place for the greatest percent change in resident population. Population growth is associated with an increase in the use of limited resources and ecosystem services available such as land, water, food, and fossil fuels. All of which contribute to climate change and the deterioration of our natural environment in a multitude of ways.